All right, so are you ready to dive into a marketing campaign that actually gets results?
Sounds good to me.
This is really interesting. We're
Yeah.
looking at this YouTube video
Okay.
that breaks down how this spa used a Facebook campaign to promote their VeloShape and EM Sculpt treatments.
Ah,
And
interesting.
yeah, and
I'm intrigued.
it's got like a really fascinating twist to it.
Okay.
So
If it's twist.
it starts out pretty standard.
Yeah.
Spa runs a Facebook campaign.
Right.
And at first it seemed like kind of a flop.
Yeah, I've been there.
Facebook's reporting, just a handful of registrations,
Uh-huh.
like 19.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be pretty discouraged at that point.
Yeah, I can see why.
But here's where things get interesting.
Okay.
They were using a separate spreadsheet to track leads from their registration forms,
Smart.
right?
Yeah.
And that form was linked to the Facebook ad.
Okay.
So guess what?
What?
That spreadsheet shows 168 leads.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's a big difference.
Huge difference.
Yeah.
Talk about a hidden treasure.
That is like finding out you won the lottery after you thought you lost your ticket.
Right.
That's a great way to put it.
I mean, it just goes to show you that you can't just rely on the platform data.
Right.
You need independent tracking to really understand how your campaign is performing.
It's like Facebook is giving you a peek through a keyhole, but you need to open the door to see the whole picture.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's visual.
lesson number 1, don't judge a campaign by its Facebook cover.
Exactly.
So now I'm really curious. Tell me more about this campaign.
Well, the campaign itself cost just under $1,800,
Okay.
which means that their cost per lead was just a little over $10.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah, especially considering that their treatment package costs $95.
Hold on. So if even a third of those leads become paying customers,
Yeah,
we're talking for almost $5,000 in revenue.
you got it.
That's amazing.
More than doubled their investment.
Inc-
Yeah, that's the kind of ROI that makes marketers drool.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm starting to see why this case study is such a big deal. But how did they turn those 168 leads into actual paying customers? What was their secret sauce?
That's where the strategic brilliance comes in.
Okay, tell me more.
They use that list of leads to create a lookalike audience on Facebook.
Interesting. So they're basically asking Facebook to find them more people who are similar to their existing leads.
Exactly.
That's smart.
Increases their chances of hitting the mark with their messaging and offers.
So it's kind of like cloning your ideal customer.
It is.
And I bet they retargeted those initial 168 leads too, right?
Absolutely double the impact.
Wow. This campaign is a prime example of how a well-executed strategy can keep generating returns even after its initial run.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more.
There is.
It is.
There's another twist.
Okay, lay it on me.
This whole campaign from start to finish
Yeah.
ran for just 17 days.
17 days.
But 17 days. A short, sharp burst of focused marketing effort.
Now that's efficiency.
Definitely.
It really makes you think about how much you can accomplish with a well-planned, targeted approach, even in a short amount of time.
Absolutely.
I'm impressed.
Me too.
So 17 days.
Yeah.
It's incredible that they got such amazing results in just 17 days.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm starting to think we should call this episode the 17-Day Marketing Miracle.
I like it.
You know,
Catchy.
it really shows the power of focused effort.
Definitely.
But there's something else we haven't talked about yet,
What's that?
the psychology behind it all.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
So tell me more about that.
Well, think about what the spa was actually selling.
Oh.
It wasn't just treatments.
Right.
It was like a transformation,
I see what you mean.
a promise of a more sculpted, more toned body.
Mhm.
And that really taps into some powerful desires.
For sure.
Confidence, attractiveness, feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, and I noticed in the video, they're really emphasizing those before and after photos.
Exactly. People want to see proof.
Yeah.
They want to visualize themselves achieving those same results.
It's like proof that it works.
Right. And that's why all this tracking and analysis is so important.
Mm.
If the spa had just looked at that initial Facebook data,
Yeah,
they might have totally missed out on this success story.
that's a good point.
They might have even scrapped the whole campaign.
And it was actually working.
Exactly.
Wow, that's scary to think about.
It's a good reminder that numbers don't always tell the whole story.
True.
Sometimes you got to dig a little deeper.
To understand what's really going on.
Yeah, to see the bigger picture.
Okay, so for our listeners who are thinking about launching their own campaigns, what's the most important thing they should keep in mind?
Well, I think the first step is to really define your target audience.
Oh.
Get inside their heads, figure out their needs, desires, even their pain points.
Right.
And once you understand those things, you can start to tailor your messaging and your visuals to appeal to them specifically.
So it's not just about getting your message out there.
Right.
It's about making sure it resonates with the right people.
Exactly. It's like you said earlier, whispering in the right ear.
That's good.
And, of course, don't forget about tracking.
Oh, yeah. That's essential.
Set up your systems from the get-go so you can measure your results.
And make adjustments as you go.
Exactly. Data is your friend.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Absolutely.
I mean, this spa, they took a chance on this new treatment package and this Facebook campaign, and it really paid off.
It did. Sometimes you have to step outside your comfort zone.
And get those amazing results.
For sure. But remember,
Yeah.
experimentation without analysis is like sailing without a compass.
Like that.
You need both
Yeah.
to navigate the ever-changing world of marketing.
So we've got our target audience, our tracking is set up,
Yep.
and we're ready to experiment.
Okay, what's next?
How do we actually reach these people?
That's the big question.
I'm guessing those lookalike audiences play a big role.
They do. They can be incredibly powerful.
It's like that secret weapon.
But there are a few things to keep in mind.
Oh, okay, like what?
First, make sure you have good data to work with.
Makes sense.
Facebook needs enough information about your existing customers to create those lookalike audiences.
So if your data's a mess,
Yeah.
your lookalike audience is going to be a mess too.
Pretty much garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
And don't be afraid to experiment with different audience sizes.
Okay.
Facebook lets you adjust the percentage of similarity so you can cast a wider or narrower net,
Interesting.
depending on your goals.
So it's like those adjustable fishing nets you see on those nature shows.
I like that analogy.
You can go for the big haul or target a specific species.
Exactly. And just like fishing,
Yeah.
you might need to try different baits and techniques to see what works best.
A/B testing.
That's your best friend.
It's all about finding that sweet spot.
Yes, where your message aligns perfectly with your audience. And remember, marketing is an ongoing process.
So true.
You got to continuously monitor your results, make adjustments, keep refining your approach.
It's like we're explorers,
Yeah,
charting uncharted territory.
that's a good way to put it. Always learning, always adapting.
It's really cool how you can use those lookalike audiences, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Facebook is reading our minds and saying, here are the people who are most likely to be interested in what you're selling.
Right. It's all about targeting.
Yeah.
But it's not just about reaching more people. It's about reaching the right people.
Ones who are actually going to buy.
Exactly. The people who resemble your current customers.
It's like we're not just throwing a big party and hoping that the right people show up.
Okay.
We're setting out personalized invitations
Yeah,
to the people we know will have a good time.
I like that analogy.
So targeted marketing.
That's what it's all about.
But even with targeted marketing,
Yeah.
you can always refine things. What are some things we need to know about lookalike audiences to get the most out of them?
Well, one thing to think about is the size of your lookalike audience.
Oh.
Facebook lets you choose what percentage of similarity you want to your existing customers.
Huh.
So a 1% lookalike audience is going to be very targeted, but a 10% audience is going to be much broader.
So it's kind of like adjusting the zoom on a camera.
Exactly.
You can either focus in on a specific group
Right.
or widen it out to capture a larger segment.
And the size you choose depends on your budget, your target market, and your overall goals.
Make sense? But no matter what size you choose,
Yeah,
testing is key.
absolutely.
Try different ads, messaging landing pages.
You got it. A/B testing is your friend.
It's all about finding what works best for your lookalike audience.
Right.
So we're using data,
Yes.
we're testing,
Mm-hmm.
and we're constantly refining our approach.
It's an ongoing process.
What are the big takeaways from this whole deep dive?
Well, first, I'd say never underestimate the power of data. Dig deep to find those hidden insights.
Yeah.
Always be testing and refining your approach.
Because things are always changing.
They are.
Right.
And remember that marketing is all about relationships. So focus on understanding your audience and giving them something valuable.
And this spa did all of those things.
They did.
Used data, experimented, connected with her audience.
A great example of how to do it right.
Inspiring.
It is.
Shows that even a small business can achieve big results.
Absolutely.
So to all our listeners out there,
Yeah.
don't be afraid to challenge assumptions, experiment, and use data to make smart decisions.
And most importantly,
Yeah.
have fun with it.
Marketing should be exciting.
It should.
Well, that's it for this deep dive.
It was a good one.
We hope you got some great ideas from it.
I think it did.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, everyone.
And until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.